Well, the long delay is over. Here is Week 11 of the 2019 DCFL season. As we take a look at the standings after Week 11, Week 10, which I still have no idea why it cuts off everything since I'm taking the picture exactly correct. But anyways, New York still leads at 8-2, followed by the Charlotte Bobcats at 7-3, and then my Charm at 6-4, with Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and Philadelphia right behind. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, Indianapolis still remains undefeated at 10-0. 6 more games remain to go 16-0, followed by Chicago at 8-2, and then the Phoenix Devils at 4-6. Pretty bad when your last team in the playoffs has a losing record, followed by Oakland, LA, and then Seattle. So now we start off the week with the New York Gangsters visiting my Charm, as New York's trying to get their first win season ever, and to sweep me, which I hope won't happen this time around, as I need to win here to keep up with everyone else in that division, as I've lost 3 in a row and I cannot have that happen. But my Charm shut out New York 30-0! 2 shutouts I've had this year, holy shit! 30-0! As my defense forced New York to have barely even 250 yards, 3 sacks, an interception, 3 forced fumbles, and recovered 2 of them. Wow! What a beatdown we gave to New York, and that was a needed victory as we now ended our 3-game losing streak and right back in the playoff race. After that, we head out to Charlotte as the Jacksonville Scouts visit the Charlotte Bobcats, as Jacksonville, after their terrible start to the year, have turned it around, now won 2 in a row. Meanwhile, Charlotte is struggling a little bit after getting to 7-2. They lost last time out, need a win to keep up against my Charm. And if a win here, they will take the lead back in the Eastern Conference. And Jacksonville destroyed Charlotte 51-24. Oh my goodness! As Jacksonville stormed out onto the field and put up almost 600 yards of offense. Oh my god, that was incredible. And their defense was really stinging too. 2 sacks and interceptions, a forced fumble and recovery. They dominated this game, and they've now won 3 in a row. Holy crap. What an incredible performance. Maybe if they didn't choke earlier in the year, maybe they would be in a better position like Charlotte. Then it's the Philadelphia Sonics visiting the Pittsburgh Power, an all-Pennsylvania matchup, as Philadelphia right now, I believe, has the worst losing record in the league right now. Nothing is going right for them. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh recovered after their 6-game losing streak, now won 2 in a row, needing to win to keep up in this conference, as it is very loaded. And Pittsburgh would win it 38-28. They put up almost 500 yards of offense, as the Sonics just could not keep up no matter how much they tried. And of course, with this loss, the Sonics are officially the first team eliminated from the playoffs. So oof on them, as they've now lost 9 in a row. Unbelievable. As Pittsburgh now won 3 in a row. And then we go to the Western Conference, starting off with a huge matchup right here. And this is a big one, as the Indianapolis Rapid Stallions stay undefeated, visit the Chicago Staleys, as they've won 6 in a row now or something crazy like that, as they have the 2 best records in the league right now. And if Indianapolis win this game, they are in the playoffs, as this is huge for them. And Chicago wants to get their revenge after they lost 52-3 in week 1. And Chicago would get their revenge, and Indianapolis would suffer their first loss of the year, 26-24, in a defensive struggle, as Indianapolis so many times throughout the game could not turn over the ball over. In fact, Indianapolis turned the ball over 7 times in this game, and their defense got nothing. No fumbles, interceptions, or even sacks this game, as Indianapolis completely imploded, and Chicago got the win, their first winning season right now, as that prevented Indianapolis from clinching a playoff spot, at least for right now. If Oakland and Phoenix lose this week, Indianapolis would still get in. And then it's the LA Mean Green Machines visiting the Oakland Pillagers, as Oakland needs to win to end their losing streak and to keep up in that playoff bracket, as they're behind by Phoenix. Meanwhile, LA, after getting to 3-4, they've now lost 3 in a row, and nothing's looking right for them, as they needed to desperately win this one. And Oakland would dominate 44-17, as LA put up a good fight in the first half, but after that they were shut down, could barely put up 250 yards of offense, as Oakland's defense put up 7 sacks and a pick 6. It was a complete implosion, as LA now lost 4 in a row. Oof, it's been that 3-4 start has long disappeared right now as they're on the verge of getting a losing season. Speaking of losing seasons, that's our next game as the Seattle Tenyo hosts the Phoenix Devils as Phoenix needs to win. Now Oakland has the first seed, but if Phoenix wins, they will re-get that first seed. Meanwhile, Seattle is trying to avoid their first ever losing season at home, trying to get revenge against Phoenix. Let's see how they do here. And Phoenix would get it 16-10 in a defensive struggle as Seattle once again just could not get anything going offensively as their defense tried as they might. They just couldn't get it as they almost allowed Phoenix to get 400 yards almost, and they could not keep it up as they now suffered their first losing season, but they still technically are in the playoffs right now. And with that, Week 11's in the books as we now take a look at the stands after Week 11 as we see New York still leads with Charlotte number 2 and Baltimore number 3 in the Eastern Conference as Pittsburgh, Jacksonville right behind, and of course Philadelphia 1-10 eliminated from the playoffs. Meanwhile in the Western Conference, Indianapolis still leads, followed by Jacksonville number 2, and Phoenix, third seed right now, as Oakland, LA, and Seattle look into the playoffs. No playoff eliminations or clinching scenarios this week in the Eastern Conference. However, in the Western Conference, we start with Indianapolis. All they have to do is either win or Phoenix and Oakland lose, and they will get into the playoffs. Same goes for Chicago. If they win and Oakland and Phoenix both lose, they will get into the playoffs. And then unfortunately for Seattle, if they lose and Phoenix wins, they will be eliminated from the playoffs. But LA still is in it. And now we take a look at the schedule for Week 12, as it's going to be a lot of big games. Starting off with the Chicago Staleys visiting my charm, followed by Charlotte visiting LA, Seattle visiting Jacksonville, and then a big outer conference matchup, the battle between the number 1 seeds in each conference as New York visits Indianapolis, followed by Oakland at Pittsburgh, and finishing off with Philadelphia at Phoenix. Hard to believe we're now down to our final 5 weeks as we're getting closer and closer to start clinching playoff teams. So see you guys next time out for Week 12. Week 12 of the 2019 DCFL season.